How's it going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for the data that was recorded on January 14, 2020. So let's take a look at what we have here with gold. So on gold, we see price rallied up into supply, big drop, and lo and behold, what do we have here? That's right, profit taking on long positions. This is what we were talking about in the latest report. Longs are so aggressive, 383, which is just below the max size that they've ever held, which is 389. We know how that ended up for them. And so now some profit taking, reducing positions from 383 to 376. They also reduced their shorts. That helps stabilize price somewhat at the highs. And we look at the long exposure, 87. This is max. This is crazy. Very, very high. Okay. So 87%, net positions 300 positive, 319,000. This is way over, way over. So we've got to see some move like this to the downside. That's what's to be expected. That's what's happened in the past. That's what we are expecting is going to happen this time around. So everything's looking good for a move down. Now we got some oil. And what do we see here? Big push down, which is what we were talking about. Supply holding and a reversal in price. We tweeted this as price was rallying up because of the Middle East conflict. And what do you see right here? Okay, as price was dropping, big closure of long positions. This is exactly what we were saying on our Twitter feed. Okay, I posted about this on Twitter. I said, be careful if you're buying oil. We're running right into supply. They're going to use it to drop price. So all of those retail traders buying, guess whose positions they were buying? That's right, these ones over here. So they were taking the long positions off the institutions while they took profits on the longs that they were accumulating all throughout here. Okay, so at the same time, they also added short to help drop price, take advantage of the drop. And so, really good technique, isn't it, what they did here? So right now, price has come down in here, and we are anticipating a move to the upside from this area. Not 100% sure. We are waiting for the signal to produce itself to guarantee that this move is going to take place, but it's very likely that is what's going to take place with oil. Alright, now we look at the dollar, and we see neutral on both ends. So again, they're not focusing on the dollar. Look at the coloration of the cells, neutral. They are not focusing on the dollar. Although on the charts we got a slight rally after they removed this demand zone. We have supply up here. We could react to the downside from this trend line, or price could go right up to that supply. We got to remember what's in play here on the higher time frames as well. Okay, now we have the Aussie US dollar. So the Aussie US dollar over the last week, they closed long positions from 52,000 to 43. That's quite significant. Okay, so closing longs as price was dropping. All right, and so they increased longs to get price up into supply. Once price dropped, it took profits on those long positions. And we look at shorts. What have they been doing the last 3 weeks? 87, 79, 64. Okay, now yes, we've seen this pattern before. We've seen them rally shorts up to highs and then reduce them and take profits. Rally shorts up to highs, reduce them and take profits. But we have yet to see positions at 64,000. Okay, that is extremely low considering what they have been since this whole time here. So it's the lowest amount of short positions that they've ever held throughout this whole area, which is a good sign for a continued move to the upside. Okay, so we have demand in play right now, which could propel price to the upside, but we are still watching to see how it's going to play out. We're watching for the signals to present itself here. Now we look at the US CAD. What do we see? They continue to add to their shorts, which is a good sign, and they're reducing their longs. And so we look at the chart, and it looks like it wants to do this. Okay, so we have already opened up a position here, and you can look at the Magic Trader portfolio and see what that position is. We also discussed this in detail in the Forex Market Outlook for level 1, 2, and 3 students. So have a look at that video and see the analysis that we did. But this does look like it wants to drop, so we'll see how this plays out. Positions are really showing that, right? The last time they ramped up short positions was back in November, and that was as price was getting up here, and then it dropped. So we'll wait to see what's going on. Are they ramping up shorts to drop? I think there's a good likelihood that that is taking place. US Swiss franc longs are cooled off, really cooled off after this drop from 15,000 to 12. I mean, it was already cooled off when they dropped it from 20 to 15. Now they're dropping it to 12, which is even cooler. And if you take a look here at the coloration of the cells, look at those. Yes, it's 50-50, but isn't there a tinge of red there? That means they're somewhat bearish. Look at net positions, just about to flip over into the bearish territory. So more room for price to drop, so we'll see if that is what's going to take place. Euro, slight decrease in longs, but I want you to focus here on shorts. They used to be at 243, closing down to 212. This is a big decrease. Okay, look at net positions. Minus 74 down to minus 48. Are they preparing for a bigger move to the upside? I mean, chart dynamics suggests that there's a good chance that we're going to see price ramp up like that, and so the data is supporting that so far. We'll see. We're still watching because it's too early to tell at this point, but there's a good chance that that's going to take place. Now with the pound, look at them preparing with an aggressive long. Look at shorts. I had to double check these numbers because I couldn't believe that they would take off that much of their short position, and they did. Shorts are very cooled off, longs are aggressive, coloration of the cells bullish, net positions positive. This looks good for a move to the upside. We got targets up here, but looking at the monthly time frame, it's possible that we see that and then this, and it's also possible that we see this. So we are waiting for the signal to produce itself, and then if it does, we'll get on board that trade. US dollar, Japanese yen, this is good for a long. Increasing in long positions from 60 to 81,000. That's a massive jump. That comes as price was attacking the trend line. Okay, they also increase shorts, no biggie. Long exposure goes from 56 to 62%. Take a look here. Positive, big increase, 12 to 31. All right, you could look at this number here, 25 to 31. That's still good. So the data is suggesting a bigger move to the upside, and we've been talking about this for quite some time. We are expecting price to do this. We just had to fight through that obstacle, and we're doing that right now. So this is looking good for a continued move to the upside, and we'll be taking advantage of that move to the upside as well. Kiwi dollar starting to get aggressive with longs, and that was coming as price was declining right into a buy zone. And we look at the coloration of the cells here, it's somewhat neutral, so we got to be careful. Looks like they're going to switch this over to bullish territory, very close to it. We do see the potential for price to move even higher, so we're waiting for the proper signal to get into a trade. All right, ladies and gents, that again is your CFTC report for January 14th, 2020 data. And there's a snapshot. You can take a look at the positions held by the institutions as of that date. Alrighty. If you have any questions, you can reach us at www.whiteoakfx.com. Thanks, and have a great week. Take care.